ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां व्यासशङ्करमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्रीवेदव्यासवैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्यशङ्करादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमातुः समस्तगुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं समस्तसनातनधर्मसाधकभक्तसेवकानां विघ्नशत्रुनिवारणविजयप्राप्त्यर्थं विश्वसमैक्यता एकता आध्यात्मिकता प्राप्त्यर्थं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः पारायणम् आद्यशङ्करभाष्यसमेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणम्. In today's Parayanam, we will do our second Brahmananda Valli itself. Beautiful. Let us do the first three Anuvakas. Om Atadvideya Brahmananda Valli. Om Sahana Vavato Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परं तदेशाभ्युक्ता सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म यो वेदनिहितं गुहायां परमे व्योमन् सोऽश्नुते सर्वान् कामान् सः ब्रह्मणा विपश्चिते तस्माद्वा एतस्मादात्मन आकाश सम्भूतः आकाशाद्वायुः वायोरग्निः अग्निरावः अद्भ्यः पृथिवी पृथिव्या ओषधयः ओषधीभ्योऽन्नम् अन्नात् पुरुषः स वा एष पुरुषोऽन्नरसमयः तस्येदमेव शिरः अयं दक्षिणपक्षः अयमुत्तरपक्षः अयमात्मा इदं पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवते अन्नाद्वै प्रजाः प्रजायन्ते याः काश्च पृथिवीकश्रिताः अथो अन्नेनैव जीवन्ते अथैनदपि यन्त्यन्ततः अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते सर्वं वै तेन्नमाप्नुवन्ति येन्नं ब्रह्मोपासते अन्नगं हि भूतानां ज्येष्ठं तस्मात् सर्वौषधमुच्यते अन्नात् भूतानि जायन्ते जातान्यन्नेन वर्धन्ते अद्यतेत्ति च भूतानि तस्मादन्नं तदुच्यत इति तस्माद्वा एतस्मादन्नरसमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा प्राणमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्राण एव शिरः व्यानो दक्षिणपक्षः अपान उत्तरपक्षः आकाश आत्मा पृथिवी पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवते प्राणं देवा अनुप्राणन्ते मनुष्याः पशवश्च ये प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यते सर्वमेव त आयुर्यन्ते ये प्राणं ब्रह्मोपासते प्राणो हि भूतानामायुः तस्मात् सर्वायुषमुच्यत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मात् प्राणमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मा मनोमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य यजुरेव शिरः ऋग्दक्षिणपक्षः सामोत्तरपक्षः आदेश आत्मा अथर्वाङ्गिरस पुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति ओम शांति 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 ओमद श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीयक उपनिषत् ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरेयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हे व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ॐ अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ओम अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 Salutations to Parabrahma Tattva, to Shruti Mata, to all the Brahma Vidya Acharyas, to all the Rishi Muni Gana, Devata Gana. Salutations to our Shri Vedavyasa Vaishambhayana Yajnavalkya, who are our Acharyas of this divine Taittiriya Upanishad. We salute wholeheartedly Bhagavan Bhashyakara Adi Shankara at his feet. He is trying his best, struggling to make the Upanishad mantras understandable to us. Salutations to our own Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva, Guru Deva. In life, best of the pursuits is spirituality. In spirituality also, the best of the pursuit is Brahma Tattva. And to obtain Brahma Tattva, the only way is the Upanishad. So, in short, studying of Upanishad is one of the rarest, difficult, most, but more profitable, highest occupation. Every Upanishad has such a beauty in itself, unique to itself, to guide the serious, sincere students. In them, this Upanishad Taittiriya, unlike the other Upanishads where you come qualified, then we teach you, Upanishad Taittiriya accepts us wherever, whatever we are. Even if we don't know the language. Is it not? भाषा नहीं पता है फिर भी तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद and that Rishi accepts the seekers, and right from that beginning training teaching of Shiksham Vyakyasyamaha, they prepare us. That is a glory. So the 3-4 parts in this beautiful Taittiriya Upanishad, which makes it so complete. First one is we are accepted wherever, whatever we are. Second, we are taught this grammar and all. Then we are prepared for Brahma Vidya Vichara by giving us all the details regarding variety of upasanas to be done. So these were the Vedic time teachings, therefore, in the Veda Kala, the Upasanas were in this form only. The Samhita Upasana, then the Vyahruti Upasana, then the Pankta Upasana, then the Pranava Upasana. So this is what prevalent at that time. The idea of all that is what? To see the Lord divine everywhere, not experience, but through the Upasana. So that toward the world we have a healthy interaction or relation. Consequently, our antakarana also is not disturbed or perturbed, maintained a calm, quiet mood. That's how through the upasanas that is made us, we are made to be qualified like that. Then in this next portion, the third portion, first we are welcomed, second we are welcomed and taught grammar and all, second we are taught the upasanas, third one, the Brahma Vidya, Brahma Tattva Vicharana training along its with its Phala Shruti, which we are studying from last a week or so. So beautiful, lucky we are. Bhagavan Adi Shankara comes and elaborately explains each and every of the details words for us. Then the Antaranga sadhana, step by step, how this theoretically understood Brahman has to be experienced as beautifully with holding the hand. The Taittiriya Upanishad takes us beyond each of the kosha, nowhere else we will see. And again to that, Bhagavan Bhashyakara's guidance is so profound and beautiful. So that way, any of us, the sincere seekers, only one Upanishad Taittiriya, if they study thoroughly and practice, that is enough for giving the fulfillment of human life by discovering the truth or the self. What is required is our that type of application of ourselves for this study with full liking. The Shraddha Bhakti Adi Sadguna. With that, when we apply ourselves, one Upanishad is sufficient to liberate us with the experience. So, with that way, we thank again and again the Rishi Parambara and also Gurus. Then we pray to them to give us that mood of mind and that mood of the life where through the study and abhyasa of the Upanishadic Jnanam, we reach out to our own moksha. May that become most important priority, all else be secondary. In that regard, along with praying to the Guru and God, let us also think for ourselves what we are pursuing so far other than Brahma Vidya. Is it giving us the sufficient satisfaction or happiness? If we also take up this job of little questioning into our own selves regarding what have we gained so far, by being in the world and worldliness, that dispassion will be born from that only. Again, the desire to know truth can become stronger, along with the Ishwar and Guru Krupa. Their Krupas are anyway there. Now, to help their Krupa, we have to help ourselves. Our helping ourselves is whatever that size of intellect we are given, with that, let's question, let's inquire that what we are pursuing, internal, external, is that all? Is that fetching us what we need or want? Then definitely answer will be no. There are more miseries and efforts than happinesses. All those happinesses also not lasting and they're not pure. They're endowed with so much of the bhayam, fears, effortful, fearful, endful. Is it not? Are the other outer things. But the Brahma Vidya has none of these problems. Then let me pursue that Brahmanubhuti through Brahma Vidya, Brahma Vicharana. This is how we have to entertain our thoughts. In that way, from the Dakshina Marga of Yamaloka to the Uttara Marga of the Moksha Loka, when we shift our paradigm or our own movement, then in our life the Makara Sankranti has arrived. Today is Makara Sankranti. Bhagavan Surya from Dakshina, he turns towards the Uttara Marga, Uttarayana, southern to northern hemisphere. So may we all also, along with Ishvara Guru Kripa, with our effort also, together, take up only this path to reach that goal. बाकी जो होगा देखा जाएगा क्या होने वाला है जो हो रहा है वही होगा Remember, by being in the world, we are not adding or deleting or subtracting or changing the world. Who nobody cares us. By not being in the world, also nobody is concerned. This realization, if we have as early as possible, then we can be selfish. And the selfishness is S with capital letter. Let us be spiritual selfish that way. Now, in this Brahma Vidya or Brahmananda Valli, second Valli, in the Prathama Anuvaka itself, we are given the essence of this and all Upanishads, essence of all spiritual Advaita Brahma Tattva pursuits. Bhagavan Shankara is helping us with a beautiful commentary. Himself becomes Purvapakshi, asks the apt question and gives us answer. Now, already covered topics are Brahmavid, Apnoti Param. No, every day this has to be contemplated, Otherwise, that is forgotten. When this is forgotten, then Paraprapti goal is lost. Then Brahmavidya alone gives me a Paraprapti. That is forgotten. Then we go for the Apara. Apara is obtained by everything other than Brahmavidya. So then we become the Avidya Grasta, Avidya Grahana Grasta. So to avoid that pitfall or falling, like any BP sugar tablets, without forgetting, we have to take. In the same way, Brahma Vidapnoti Param is a BP tablet, the Brahma Prapti tablet, the Bhagavad Prapti tablet, the Bhakti Prapti tablet. Every day we have to take. Then, what is that Brahma whose obtaining gives us Param and his Lakshanas? Of these Lakshanas, Brahma, we have to discover. That also is equally important. That is Doparka tablet. That's what Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. With the help of Bhashyakara's Bhashyam, these three words have to be undoubtedly thoroughly to be understood. Okay. By this thorough understanding of Satyam Jnanantam, what happens is that Brahman is totally different, independent than all that we pursue in the outer and inner world. But it is there. And when all that is rejected, it is obtained as non-rejectable. And what can be non-rejectable? I only. Why? Because if I reject myself, who is rejecting? The rejecter has to stay back. Therefore, everything other than the Brahman, when rejected, what that is unrejected is remaining. And that unrejected is I only. Therefore, I am that Satyam Jnanam Anantam. This is how every day we have to contemplate. Take the Bhashyakara's help. Then, once this theory is over, question is where you have to search out him. And this Brahman being everywhere is the problem. That because he is being everywhere, he is not caught anywhere. Being everywhere every time is not caught any time. And being in every object, he cannot be caught. Why? Because he is not particular. ये सविशेषण नहीं है. कोई विशेषण सहित है तो विद दैट विशेषण यू कैन कैच इज निर्विशेषक है. The Satyam Jnanam Anantam are the pointers with which we reach him. But in him, specific Vishesh nahi hai, so that we can catch him anywhere outside. Then the only way is what? That place where this Brahman is expressing in a Nirvisheshaka Rupa. What is Nirvisheshaka Rupa? Vastu Kala Desha Rahito. So what is the Desha Kala Vastu independent place where we can discover Paramatma? Time where we can discover that Brahma is our own Hridaya Akash. It's only question of our focus. Otherwise, this heart of ours is everywhere, not conditioned by place. Every time, not conditioned by the time. Then in the heart, whether the things are there or not, the heart is there. That heart is called as Guha, Buddhi Guha. So we have to become very specific in our understanding, non-vague, without any confusion. That the Paramatma is to me found only in the Hridaya Akasha. Fix ho jana hai. If the Upalabdhi Sthanam is not confirmed, then everywhere we reach, try to find him and nowhere we will find. So everybody is trying Paramatma everywhere and nobody is finding him anywhere. because उपलब्धि स्थान नहीं है वो. So be fixed whether we do sadhana or not. But let us not change this understanding that he is available only in the Hridaya Akasha Buddhi Guha, nowhere else. Fix about it. Only then, whenever we feel like reaching him out, we go to the right place. Okay? And that also we have exhaustively seen. What is the meaning of Buddhi Guha? What is the meaning of Parame Vyoman? So Buddhi Guha is that where be attentive. Brahma Tattva is covered, hidden behind the curtain of Jnatru, Jnana, Jneya, Bheda. This is also another specific help for us for sadhana. Brahman alone is there, but right now he is hidden behind the curtain of Buddhi Guha. And what is the expression of Buddhi? Triputi. Therefore, as long as we have valued a Triputi, so long we see the world only in place of Brahman. So Brahman converted into the world through the Triputi. The world has Triputi. From the world of our experiences, when this Jnatru Jnana Jneya, if we can somehow remove or reject or drop, the same thing is discovered as Brahman. So therefore, what is the cover here? There are not two things that one is covering the other. So generally, कोई थाली में कोई खाना है, तो you cover it with another lid. So the covered, covering are two there. Here cover and covering, both are one only, covered and covering. Is it not? So the covering, if it is dropped, the covered is seen. Same is seen like that. Like the chairs, Rupa and Nama is covering the wood. Is it not? So where is the reality, the wood hidden behind the cover of the Rupa Nama of the Kursi? So how do you find that Kursi? Only when you drop the Rupa Nama, the same Kursi is found as the wood or plastic, whatever. So, and beauty is what? Where are these two coverings called Rupa Nama? Remember, they are in our own recognizing them, in our own acknowledging them, in our own accepting them, in our own valuing them. So, when we devalue, then reject, then it goes away. It is as simple as that if we can reach to that level. The moment you reject it, the reality unrejectable, it's always there in our own Buddhi Guha. And once in the Pratyekatma Rupena Buddhi Guha we find it, then Sarva Atma, everywhere that is. In one chair, by transcending Rupanama, we discover the plastic or wood, every chair is found. Same wood is there, same plastic. There is no doubt regarding the relation between the wood and the chair, plastic and the chair. That sambandha. So too the Brahma Tattva and the Jagat. Its sambandha will be very clear after recognizing Brahman in the Buddhi Guha, beyond the curtain of the Triputi. So all our sadhanas go beyond Triputi, discover that which was acting as Triputi. So too in Yoga Bhasha, do the Nirodha of the Vrittis, that Vritti Sarupya Jiva alone is found to be Sarupasthita Atma. We should know specifically the sadhana, and that sadhana only we have to do. Then only we reach the siddhi or sadhya. Now, after saying so, still we will not be inspired because our joys in the world are so overpowering, so tasty, so wonderful. Therefore, we say, ठीक है, कहाँ पता करना, क्या करना आपने बता दिया, but फिर भी my mauja in the world is more beautiful. My joy is in the world. Therefore, right now I am not interested. Like the insurance policy makers, every one of them, see, genuine they are, but we reject them. But in their pleading or in their explanation, there are a lot of benefits. But सुनते नहीं. इस तरह अच्छी चीजों को सुनने का हमको अच्छे आदत नहीं होते हैं, बुराई हम सुनते हैं. Therefore, here the Shruti Mata has to tell us the Phala Shruti of this Brahma Vidya, through that Brahma Prapti in our own Hridaya Guha. And that phala should be more beautiful, greater than the worldly phala. All of them put together. Exactly, luckily it is so. Therefore, the Shruti Mata only will have to mention it. Bhashyakara will explain it. We have to listen and understand it. And like in any of the shop, two objects are shown. One of them is more qualified and good than the other. Then the intelligent one goes for it. So too, the prapti of sukha is the goal. The sukha prapti through the Vishya in the Vishwa is of these many problems. And the Ananda prapti, when we get the Brahma, is like of this type. And it is more beautiful. We have to be convinced about it. And when we listen, understand, analyze and understand, we get convinced. And those who have this way spent that time, whichever it was required, in which the Brahma prapti is phala completely understood. Then when the Guru tells, or even without Guru's telling, he knows. With the same efforts, when I am getting caught up in the world by pursuing the world, same effort if I put for Brahma Prapti, the Prapti is so great and infinite. Why should I not go for it? See, that Viveka, that choice changing from the worldliness. Like when you are loving so many people, attached to so many, everybody ditches you, cheats you. Then one day you realize, here this Bevakoof log. Instead of that, if I have my devotion to the Lord, He will give me bhukti, mukti, He will give me the darshan. So a Viveki in that way shifts his attention from the worldly to the God. हो जाता है after getting sufficient kicks. Here also, when we contemplate, then it clicks to us only. See, the grace makes it click, the world kicks us all the time. We are going to the world only getting kicked. But we are not invoking the grace. Grace invocation is contemplating on these vishayas, these thoughts regarding the glory of Brahma Prapt. That much time, that much patience, that much attention we have and apply it, then we know. And even if it doesn't happen overnight, थोड़ा थोड़ा डेली करते जाओ तो एक दिन लगेगा यार अब समझ में आ गया कि ये बेटर है therefore let me go only for it. So in any of the pursuits worldly or spiritual, the falashruti becomes the most tempting aspect, most inspiring aspect, because prayojanam anudesha na mandopi pravartate. Without the prayojana drishti, manda also will not do. And then in spirituality, प्रयोजन या कर्मफल को छोड़ो कहा, परम प्राप्ति को छोड़ो नहीं कहा. That is a goal. In fact, the desire in the Brahma Vidya is bigger than all other desires. Because in all other desires are छोटे छोटे हैं. Brahma Vidya तो infinite desires. Therefore, whenever we say that phalapeksha rahit and all, that is regarding worldly things. In spirituality, what inspires us is that only. That is so beautiful, so infinite, this Anandam or bliss. Then only I pursue it. At the last moment of experiencing it, the thought of wanting to enjoy it or enter it, also when it is dropped, we enter it. Like the desire for sleep removes all other desires. That desire also, when you drop, we enter into the sleeping experience. Same way, Brahma Prapti, Sankalpa or Kamana should eliminate other Kamanas. And to have the Brahma Prapti, having done all the sadhanas, at the last moment, even that Sankalpa is dropped, we are taken into it. But till that time, what inspires us, what motivates us is only the beauty of the Brahma Vidya Prapti. That alone can inspire. If that is lost of sight of our own mind, then we don't go for it. Some other thing tempts our mind. Earlier Sukha Bhoga of the Vastus of the Jagat, then we pursue that. Therefore, all these four lines, Brahmavidapnoti param, Tadeshabhyukta Satyam Jnanavantam Brahma, Yovedanitam Gohayam Parame Vyoman, most importantly, Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman, Saha Brahmana Vipashchita. Iti. These four are the four pillars of this Upanishad, as well as the entire Upanishad literature, as well as all the spiritual sadhana meant for the moksha. All the before things are the preparations, all the later things are the development of this. More clarity, a more practical application के लिए बाकी सारा knowledge है. Now, Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Sab Brahmana Vipashita is a very profound thing Very important thing as regards our inspiration to pursue the Brahma Vidya is concerned. Therefore, it has to be thoroughly understood. That's why Bhashyakara has taken up word by word to explain to us these explanations. So we saw almost 80% of it. Saha. Saha means who? Yatoktam Brahma Vidwan. Saha. Yatoktam Brahma Vidwan is Saha. The one who has discovered the Brahman as was told in the earlier portion. Saha Ashnute. Ashnute means what? Bhungte. Straight away. Shruti Mata or Bhagavan Bhashakar is not hesitating to use the word Bhungte. Bhungte means Bhog Karega or he will enjoy. When this word bhoga is used here, don't misunderstand it in the sense of the Vishaya bhoga. Bhunkte means is a technical word here, not the negative bhoga. भोगिकल हो गया आज तो संक्रांति में आ गए. So asnute means bhunkte, prapnoti, enjoys, experiences, revels in. Use whatever you want, words you want. Bhunkte, he enjoys. Like when you eat an ice cream and you eat this or that, you are enjoying it. In that way, he will enjoy. That's the meaning of Ashnute Bhunkte. Then Sarvan explained, Sarvan Bhunkte means Niravasishtan, means without leaving anything behind. How important was that word? We have sufficiently discussed on that. Saha, that person, Yatoktam Brahma Vidwan, Ashnute Bhunkte, Sarvan means Niravasishtan, Kaman means what? Bhogan, iti artaha. So, Sa Bhunkte Sarvan Kaman. Sa bhunkte sarvan bhogan. It's the meaning of Sashnute sarvan kaman. Now, next comes one pada of two aksharas only, but in that only the every important thing is there which differentiates and makes stand out the Brahma Vidya Anubhuti separate from all the Anubhutis of all the Vishayas of all the Lokas. This is where we have to very crucial, very subtler in trying to understand. And that word is called Saha. And that explanation should be given for why Saha. So this was a struggle we were doing yesterday, day before to understand. So for explaining it, first to pause as if a question is asked by the Guru only. Kim asmadadivat putra swargadin and paryayena? As we explained here in the sentence itself, the limitation of the Sukha Bhoga which we are getting in the world is proved. So the question is what? Is the Brahmanubhava is like our own Anubhavas of the objects called as Putra Swarga and which are Paryayena. So Putra Sukha, Swarga Sukha, etc. we have. And they're all Paryayena, one after the other. So, not simultaneously. Paryayana is one after the other, not simultaneously. Then, as we spoke, if you remember it, Putra, Swarga, Sukha, when it is said, we have to add that Putra and Swarga are not freely available. So many difficulties we have to go through, so many struggles we have to go through, so many conditionings are there. We have to fulfill all of them. Is it not? Putra is the best of the Sukha of this world. Swargam is best of the Sukha beyond this world. ये इस तरह का विषयों का सुख है और पर्यायण एक के बाद एक होगा. No, no, no. No, this is very good. I'll tell you in the beginning only. Again, it only elaborate. The anubhava of the Brahman is not like Vastu anubhava. Then what? Vastu is giving the anubhava, na? Yeah. Every Vastu is giving anubhava, Sukha? Yeah. No, every Vastu, is it independent? No. Then what? It is dependent on what? Its own substratum. Therefore, be having that common sense. What is the common sense? Sukha is not coming because of the Vastu, but Sukha is coming because of the substratum. Because Vastu cannot exist without substratum. I am repeating again. Vastu cannot exist without substratum. Therefore, the Sukha coming from the Vastu is a wrong notion. Sukha is coming from its substratum because Vastu cannot be without substratum. This exercise we have to do. This is the crux of entire Vedanta. If this is not told by any guru or acharya, not heard by any of the disciples, the main thing only we are missing. Like when we wear ornaments, please remember the sukha is not coming from the ornaments, sukha is coming from the gold. Why? Because the ornament cannot be without gold. Although we talk, discuss only about the ornaments, not gold, and that is the mistake, which is making us run behind the ornaments rather than the gold. Whereas we imagine the sukha is coming by ornament, but the fact is ornament cannot have its own independent existence. How can it give us sukha? If this riddle is sorted out, what Bhagavan here trying to explain is understood. Now expand it in every example. Like any sweet I eat, the sweet is not because of the sweet item, because of the sugar in it. In that way, wherever there is sweet item in the whole world, everywhere there is one sugar only the cause for that sukha from the sweets. Namkeen वगैरह जो भी एग्जाम्पल ले लो. So if you can shift our attention, our understanding that the sukha is coming from the object to the sukha is coming from the substratum of that object, because without substratum object cannot be there, then it becomes easier for the acharya to tell and for us also. That now the second point is one, already we have exhaustively discussed in the Satyam Jnanantam Brahma, that for every Rupa Nama in this world, the substratum is one Brahman only. Therefore, through every Rupa Nama, if we get Sukha, from where that Sukha is coming? From Brahman only, but conditioned. Conditioned by name and form called as Putra, Swargadi, and conditioned by the time that it is not all the time, and conditioned by Paryayana. एक के बाद एक करना पड़ता है. Now, intellectually one can imagine कि if Brahman alone is giving Sukha to us through every of the things, but conditional and not simultaneously. Imagine if one reaches to the Brahmanubhuti itself directly, how it looks like. That is what is said here. It looks like in such a way that all the sukha gained by all the human beings or the jivas through all their upadhis at all times, in all places, of all objects. How much is that sukha? That will be Brahma sukha. Because everywhere, whatever sukha we have mentioned now, all of that is contained in the Brahma. because ब्रह्म के कारण ही उन सब में सुख मिल रहा है. See, that is why sarvan kaman saha bhungte, meaning. Now you can't put it in any other words. This is how it is to be. And then one by one an example you can take. Let us say you ate one ice cream over, another ice cream over. 5 you ate. Okay, more capacity you ate 10. Now you are fed up. You gave it up. Tomorrow you can eat 10 more, 10 more. Like that, let us say in 1 year you eat 3,650 ice creams. If you experience Brahman, the joy of all eating 3650 ice creams at one time will be gained. Be careful about it. Why? Because every sukha gained through every ice cream has come from the Brahman only. Because without the Brahman, the ice cream cannot be. Because substratum of ice cream is Brahman. This is what is the thing we have to understand. सबका मूल पदार्थ परब्रह्म ही होने के कारण परब्रह्म का ही सुख उस नाम रूप आदि उपाधियों के द्वारा हम पा रहे हैं. एंड वी थिंक दैट इज अल्टीमेट, दैट वी थिंक इट इज ग्रेट. Is it not? Our life is like the buffalo and cow. When you give it a banana, वो छिलका निकाल के नहीं खाता हो. बंदर को दे दो, छिलका फेंक के अपने मुंह पे, हमारे मुंह पे, it will eat the banana. Is there a difference or not by eating the banana with the skin and without? Our sukhas are with the skin. And with the skin we are eating, and we are not understanding that skin will be peeled out and only kela can be eaten. And kela खाने के लिए हम आए, वो skin के साथ नहीं. And we feel bitter, we feel stomach ache. We don't understand why is it so. It is because of the skin. So the skin of Rupanama, with that we are trying to eat Brahman. Therefore, it is kadva or it is indigestible, etc. Remove the skin of Rupanama. You are directly in Anubhava Brahma, and that is infinite. Okay. Now, this Saha word is so importantly explained to us, and the reasons already we said just now. Same Bhagavan Adi Shankara explains to us. Let's spend today some time to clearly understand this topic, and you conclude here. Then we go to the avatarika of the next mantra of Tasmadva Etasmadva Etasmada Atmana. These are all very, very wonderful discussions of Vedanta. And as we said yesterday, day before, we, by God's grace, our effort should rise above Annapranamana, come to the Buddhi level, and always be in the mood of inquiry like that. Then the knowledge gets revealed to us, understanding gets revealed to us. Else, in the ignorance and in the delusion followed by the ignorance, we are lost in the world. He is called as Ajnani, Mudaha, Samsari, deluded. When you start using intellect, you analyze it, you understand, think very perfectly. So again, see, putra svaragadi nin paryayena na iti aha. Then saha means yugapatu. All that we have seen yesterday. Again, I'm just repeating. So he will enjoy everything at one go. Saha yugapatu. Then ekakshana upadudhan. What is the meaning of yugapatu? In one moment only. Then eva ekaya upalabdhya. How beautiful is it, no? One Brahma anubhuti is gained, ekaya upalabdhya, at that one particular moment, means simultaneously only, the joy gained by indulging in everything of the world, by everyone, that much is gained by that person now. Ekaya upalabdhya एकक्षण उपारूढ़ान सर्वान कामान सह भुंगते. फील द मीनिंग ऑफ इट. उतना बढ़िया होगा वो ब्रह्म आनंद. यू कांट क्वांटिफाई इट कंपेयर करने के लिए. That is why the Brahma Ananda is like Samudra Ananda. Every other Ananda is like a drop. Not only the drop is very small size of Samudra, but drop is from Samudra only again. उसका independent नहीं है. That's what Sayeko Brahmananda we anyway will see in this very Upanishad or the Valli. So again Saha Yugapatu Ekakshana Uparudhaneva Ekaya Upalabdhya. Example is Savitru Prakashavat. We have explained it exhaustively. When the sun is on the horizon, at one moment, by being himself only one without second, is he not illuminating everything in the world? एक ही सूर्य एक ही बार सबको इल्यूमिनेट कर रहा है. इसलिए इन द सेम वे एक ब्रह्म प्राप्ति एक ही बार सारे इंटेलिजेंसेस द्वारा मिलने वाला सुख या आनंद को प्राप्त करेगा. द नोवर ऑफ ब्रह्मन experiences the happiness of everything in one go at one moment when we know him. That's the meaning of Yo Vedanihitam Guhayam. The one who discovered that Brahman in his hand, the benefit is, the experience is, the joy is, Saha Ashnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. He will enjoy all the Vishaya Bhogas, Ananda at one go, one moment. Okay, now, once for all, for throughout life, some clarities have to be given. Bhagavan Shankara Bhagavan, here he gives it. What is it? The difference between the effortless Brahma Anubhava. The effort is there for discovering Brahman. After that, the Anubhava is effortless, permanent. The difference between that one and the Jiva, you and I, how we struggle to become happy in the world, is so vividly put here. So clearly it is put here. And we are not aware that in this way, with so much of struggle, what we are getting is a temporary, perishable happiness. And while enjoying that also, we have a fear. We have a fear that it will be lost. And whether you are afraid or not, it will be anyway lost. Now, this explanation is not very difficult, but little elaborate. But listen, you will be able to focus karo, to pakad mein aayega. Now, he is making a main sentence and is explaining. And in that explaining, he is giving us a contrast picture. The contrast picture of a jiva, a samsari, how he is enjoying the objects of world, ये ब्रह्म ज्ञानी, हाउ ही इज एंजॉइंग ब्रह्मानुभूति. फर्क क्या है दोनों में? And in that Jiva Sukha of the world, so many conditions, so many efforts are there. In the Brahma Anubhuti, they are not there. That is the beauty. ब्रह्म को पाने तक ही प्रॉब्लम है. Through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana and focusing on the Upalabdhi Sthanam. All that will be told in the Panchakosha Viveka from the subsequent Anuvakas. Without all these struggles, you will reach it. Okay. Now, main sentence is one. Brahma Bhutah Vidwan, Brahma Swarupena Eva, Sarvan Kaman Saha Ashnute. The Vidwan who discovered Brahma, therefore he became Brahma. Therefore, by being a Brahma, he enjoys everything at one go. This is the sentence. The knower of Brahman, having become Brahman, by being Brahman, he enjoys all the kamanas at one go. So, the knower of Brahman, by being the Brahman. Having being the Brahman, he experiences all kaman one go. As we said already, because Sarvan kaman, for all the bhoga, whatever the bhogya vastus we contact, all of them in their substratum, Brahman alone, but conditioned. See? Conditioned sukh के पीछे क्यों भाग रहे हम? Why not go for the unconditional? Because we were never told that there is an unconditional Brahman, therefore we are running. But now you know it. It's not a mistake of Shruti or the Guru that they never informed us that there is an unconditional bliss. Not knowing it, we are lost in the conditional. You never studied Upanishad. अब Upanishad जी क्या करेंगे? Guru Maharaj क्या करेंगे? Guru is always teaching. We never went. Now we have gone. Now we understood. Now let us not go for conditional bliss, but let's go for the unconditional. If that clicks to us, and luckily today, Uttarayan, Sankranti, if you take the decision of, I want the unconditional bliss of Brahman, no more this conditional happiness of the world. If this decision you take, really, our Buddhi Surya has taken the Uttarayana Sankramanam. If you don't take the decision on Sankranti, and which day you will take? You will not take any day. आज ही लेना, आज जिस दिन लेते संक्रांति है, और संक्रांति के दिन ही ले लिया तो डबल धमाका हो गया. That no more will go for conditional, will go for the unconditional. What are the conditions Jiva goes through? Which are very familiar to us only. See, na yatha, not like the Jiva's experiences, is the experience of Brahman, not like Jiva. Then what is the Jiva's way of experience? One by one. First, upadhi krutena. Jiva is experiencing through the upadhi only. Jiva himself is an upadhi. And what is the upadhi? Atmana jala surya ka adivat pratibimba bhutena. Atmana. What is Atma here, Jiva? Jala surya ka adivata. Like the surya in the jala or the mirror. What is that? Pratibimba Baba. Not original. We, Jiva, is experiencing the worldly things. Okay? And the Jiva is experiencing the worldly thing as the first conditioning is what? That he is a Jiva, he is not reality. He is only Pratibimba hai wo. One thing is Pratibimba. Limitation of Jiva's Anandas. First is Pratibimba. पहले में लुढ़क गया actually. It is not the Bimba Sukha, it is the Pratibimba. So I myself is not original fellow. Pratibimba whom I am? Is it not as a Jiva? I am Pratibimba of the pure conscious self in the Ahamrutti. So first shortcoming is this. Second one is what? कि प्रतिबिंब होते हैं सांसारिकेण. Samsarikana means what? Fickle, changing. Like the water in the Balti or any river where the sun is reflected, it is continuously changing. It is having all capacity to get disturbed. The moment water gets disturbed, is not the reflection also appears to be broken? Potentiality hai ki nahi? Even if the mirror is reflecting sun, but that also samsarika. Mirror after few months, is it not losing its mirrorsness? It is breaking also. कुछ कचरा वचरा भी गिर जाता है. Mirror is samsarika. Samsarika means unstable. So Jiva is Pratibimba, not Bimba. Jiva is Samsarika, not stable. Two conditions हो गए. Third is most important. धर्म आदि निमित्त अपेक्षा. फोकट में सुख नहीं मिलता जीव को. He'll have to be a karta and he should do the karma of what? Dharma and punya ityadi. Then only in exchange of it that he gets the vishayas to enjoy. ये सब ब्रह्म में नहीं होगा. One by one काटेंगे वहां. So if it is Jiva is Mithya Pratibimba, the Brahma is Satya Bimba Rupa. Here it is Samsarika, that is non-Samsarika. Here Dharmadi Nimitta ka avashyakata hai, there it is not required. You understand what is the beautiful difference between these two Brahma Sukhas, Brahma Sukha and Vishaya Sukha. By being Brahman, my Ananda is so great. By becoming Jiva, I am struggling more for little Ananda. This I have to discover within myself. Then only I shift myself from being samsari to a Brahma sadhaka. कोई दूसरा हमको ठोप नहीं सकते हो. That is why nobody can make anybody either bhakta or ज्ञानी. जबरदस्ती नहीं किया जाएगा, बताया जाएगा, बट हर एक को अपने अंदर विचार करके समझना है. It is I have to, after getting data from the Guru, I myself have to think from within how many Vishayas I am enjoying, no doubt, but how much of the struggle there? The enjoyer himself is Pratibimba. Then he himself is unstable, कभी mood होता है, कभी नहीं होता. Then to get the object, he'll have to do the dharma adi. Means what? To get the objects, you have to do to get the objects, you have to do the punya. And to get the salary on time, you have to do the dharma. And then to get the love from the people, you have to be like a gadha, helping them, serving them. Then they say, okay, I love you. What a pathetic life, frustrated. Is it not? And especially the children, so much love you give, you pour your whole life for them. In such a vyamoha. For what sukha, nobody knows. And एक विचित्र है सुख की बात. सोचोगे ना तो पूरा उसका अलग पोल ही खुल जाता है. What is sukha, where is sukha, if you understand? Our attention will be shifted from the world to the self. But we are in delusion. We don't have to pause and think. We imagine there is sukha by being with the things or beings, and we are happy with the imagination. We go on being in the imaginary sukha. वो चलता ही रहे ऐसे गाड़ी जिंदगी. How many lives it goes on? Unless through the buddhi, the viveka is not done, we will never understand. So dharmadi nimitta, you have to do the duties, you have to serve the people, and you have to do the lot of punya. So पुण्य से स्वर्ग मिलता है, धर्म से लोकों से लोक में जो सैलरी है वो मिलता है, सुख. With that you can buy things. And then toward the people, etc., you have to give them so much time, value, importance, love. And there's a danger. The more you give, they take. They're like black hole. They don't give you, they give somebody else. Mahamaya. And you are frustrated. But I'm loving that person so much, but why is not loving? He will love somewhere else. That's it. Don't ask this question. There's no answer to this question. You just get out of that nonsense. Help yourself. Save yourself. That's all. You love the God and Guru and go towards it. Your own truth. Saab bakwas, बेवकूफ. सो धर्मादि निमित्त की जरूरत है. हाउ मेनी हो गया? प्रतिबिंब, सेकंड इज सांसारिक, थर्ड इज धर्मादि निमित्त, फोर्थ इज इंटरेस्टिंग, चक्षुरादि करण अपेक्ष. Fourth limitation of the sukha gained by the jiva. Sukha gained by the, in that fourth limitation, chakshuradi karana apeksha. Is it not? If the indriyas are not there, do you enjoy even though the result is given to you? चाहिए ना? You with so much of effort, you got the love from the other person. That person said, I love you. अब सुनने को कान तो होना चाहिए, और ये sent a message, और पढ़ने को आंख तो होना चाहिए. Or you are given an eatable sweet. You have to have a tongue which can taste. Without the chakshuradi karana, can you enjoy the laukika sukha? No. But in Brahma sukha, in is iski zarurat nahi hai. And again, chakshuradi karana peksha, as I already discussed you, the condition of the chakshuradi defines or determines the happiness gained. Like if I have a fever, then the tongue is bitter, then whatever the best dish is given, still I can't enjoy. So karana should be there. It should be healthy and intact. It should be at required distance with the object. And that object also should be pakka. कमी पेशी नहीं होना चाहिए वो. And for that you have to do the dharma exactly. And for that so much of struggle you have to do to get the resources. Like you want to make an upma, जो भी है. अब you want to enjoy the upma. How many things are involved in that? The right rava you have to get. Basic thing is that. और सड़ा हुआ है, पुराना वाला है. So how much are best way you do it? It will be worst only. एवरीथिंग द कढ़ाई शुड बी प्रॉपर. वो पुराना 3 साल पहले का है तो पूरा जला हुआ है, वो कड़वा हो जाएगा. देन द तेल शुड बी गुड क्वालिटी. इज इट नॉट? एंड व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ गुड क्वालिटी ऑफ तेल? नॉट द क्वालिटी ऑफ द तेल डिसाइड्स द गुड क्वालिटी. द गुड क्वालिटी जो आपको हजम होगा. If our system is so spoiled by eating all wrong things, a good thing is given to us, we will die only. We can't take it. Vichitra. Like the car and scooter are habituated to the petrol only. नहीं पेट्रोल और कार डीजल से अच्छा है कोपरे का तेल, मीन्स कोकोनट ऑयल. इफ यू पुट द कोकोनट ऑयल द व्हीकल नॉट मूव. बट कोकोनट ऑयल इज मोर बेटर देन दैट इन स्मेल एटसेट्रा. नहीं चलता, उसके लिए वही है. In the same way, the oil, then the other ingredients, then the heat aspect, the boiling aspect, most important is salt. उपमा ऐसी जो होती है ना, थोड़ा भी कम सॉल्ट करो मजा नहीं आता. थोड़ा ज्यादा डालो, यू कांट ईट ओनली. मेनी अदर थिंग्स एडजस्ट होता है, ये एडजस्ट नहीं होता. एंड यू हैव टू ऐड देयर ओनली. यू कांट से बाद में डालूंगा, मिलेगा नहीं बाद में उसमें. आई एम टेलिंग यू टू मेक वन उपमा. How much difficulty? And don't say that Swami, no difficulty at all to me, because I tell my husband he makes. That is your punya phala. It is getting exhausted. But to get a husband who can make upma for you is again another punya. And his papa. Anyway, you know all that. How many things they are there? So to chakshuradi karana you have to have. Dharmadi nimitta hai vaha. And samsaric and pratibimba bhuta. Then the fifth one is what limitation is not saha. It is paryayana. The sukha gained by the jiva in the world is paryayana. He cannot have all the sukha same. Is it not? The sukha of eating something cannot be the same with other. When you stop eating sweet, then only you can go for the namkeen, फिर उसका होएगा. खट्टे खाओगे तो खट्टा मीठा उसको कोई टेस्ट ही नहीं होता. लोग कैसे खाते नहीं होता मुझे. So paryayana is the fifth one. And then chakshuradi karana apekshancha kaman paryayana ashnute lokaha. Loka means jiva. Think about these 5 limitations of our enjoying the worldly things. First of all, pratibimbuhu my jiva. Second is, I am myself a samsarika. The aham vritti or disturb hota rehta hai. Then the pratibimba jiva also is not first of all stable. Then there is the dharmadi we have to do. Dharma or punya or naukri or seva, whichever is to be done to get the things. 3. Then chakshuradi karnaka chahiye. In that, all of them should be in coordination. Fifth one is what? Paryayana milega. All simultaneously nahi hota. You can't even have. Like खाने में बैठे हो तो पहले दाल से खाओगे, फिर सब्जी से खाओगे, फिर रसम सांबर रसम एक सब मिलाओगे. ये फनी टेस्ट विल कम. यू मे कॉल इट यार मिलाओ तो बढ़िया है, बट दैट इज ओनली पैथेटिक थिंग. और ए सन्यासी ईट्स लाइक दैट टू गो बियॉन्ड द टेस्ट. बट अदरवाइज ईच वन हैज इट्स ओन टेस्ट. दाल चावल का आनंद ही अलग है, सब्जी चावल का अलग होता है. तो पर्यायण यू हैव टू गो थ्रू इट. इन दिस वे इज नॉट ब्रह्म सुख. All these limitations are not there. And this is being told by the Guru and Shruti Mata with their experience. And for us, the final conviction will come only when we experience. But right now, these details are given to inspire us to take up the pursuit of Brahman at the cost of everything else. Choice is ours again. ओनली सिर्फ हमको बताकर इंस्पिरेशन दिया जा रहा है. So not like a jiva who has the sukha of the world with all these 5 conditionings is the Brahma Sukha. And how is it like? Then kim tarahi, katham tarahi? Now this is थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, आज पूरा नहीं हो पाएगा वो, कल हम थोड़ा ले लेंगे उसको. यथोक्त प्रकारेण सर्वज्ञेन सर्वगतेन सर्वात्मना नित्य ब्रह्म आत्म स्वरूपेण. Up to this, the pratibimba aspect is removed. Bimba Rupa. What is Bimba Rupa? As a Brahma is myself. Here Yathoktena Prakarena means what? Yathoktena Prakarena means that Brahman which was explained as Satyam Jnanam Anantam. In that the second one is what? Jnapti or Jnanam. While explaining that Jnapti Jnanam, have we not concluded that therefore Brahman is Sarvagnya? So Sarvajnena, then have we not concluded that Brahman is Sarvavyapaka? Sarvajnena, Sarvagatena and Sarva Atmana. See? Sarvajnena, Sarvagatena, Sarva Atmana. I am pausing here for you also just to tune. What is the meaning of Sarvajnata? You will understand it when you know the opposite of it, called Alpajnata. First of all, we don't know there are some things which can be enjoyed. So in Brahma Jnanam, Sarvajnata aa jata hai, not Alpajnata. Then Sarvagatena means what? Even though you know some things, but where are they you don't know. But Brahman is everywhere. Then Sarvatmana means what? That which is there in everything. So that Brahma who knows everything, that Brahma who is there everywhere, that Brahma who is there in every of the object, that Brahma you have become now. That is called as Ananda there. And what is the Brahman? We already said is a substratum of everything. वही तो यहाँ भी बता रहे, सर्वज्ञ सर्वगत सर्वात्मा रूप ब्रह्म हो आप, not like the pratibimba. Is it not? The pratibimba is not everywhere, only a specific place. It is illumined, it is reflecting. And after that secondary reflection when it does, again it does only at one place, not every place. And that also only one object there. Then you have to focus, shift the attention from this to that. When you shift to that, then this is gone. Like from the eyes, I distract myself and go to enjoy something through the ears, then the eye sukha is gone. Like आप टीवी देख रहे हो, suddenly phone आया, अब phone attend कर रहे हो तो टीवी का सुख चला गया. Because the jiva sukha is not sarvagata or sarvavastuka simultaneously. Is it not? If the person is very important and loving, definitely you attend the call and drop this TV enjoyment for that time. If that person is not very important like a Swami, then you just काट दिया उसको, स्वामी को भी और स्वामी के फोन को भी. You enjoy in that. Are you understanding? We don't have Sarvajnata and we don't have the Sarvagatatva. We as a Jiva. And we are not in the Sarva Atma also. हम Sarva Atma भी नहीं है. हम only Jiva Atma है. But Brahma is Sarvagata, Sarvagna, Sarvatma. That you have become. So, which that Nitya, and also it is Nitya. Jiva is not Nitya. जब उसका इंक्वायरी किया जाएगा तो चला ही जाएगा वो. But Brahman, with inquiry you realize him, he doesn't go away. So Nitya and Brahma Atma Swarupena. So that Brahman which is Atma Swarupa, that Brahman which is Nitya Swarupa, that Brahman which is Sarvagata, that Brahman which is Sarvatma, that Brahman which is Sarvagna. With that you are identified. But Jiva, ये सब भी नहीं उनमें. Along with the 5 above conditions, few more are added. Jiva cannot be all the time at every place. Is it not? At a time it will be only one place. And with one object only, and with one upadhi only. उनका इतना है कि वो तो सपने में है तो जागृत में नहीं रहेगा, जागृत में तो सपने में नहीं रहेगा. How much of limitations are there for Jiva in his own existence? He cannot enjoy all. If he is traveling in car, he is not flying in flight. If going in flight, he is not enjoying the two-wheeler or the bike. That is the meaning of not being Sarvatma for the Jiva. So Sarvagna, Sarvagata, Sarvatma, Brahma Atma. I have become that. when I discover Brahman in my Hrudaya Guha. His Ananda is so great you can yourself imagine. And what about the Jiva? Alpagnya, Alpavyapakaha, only Deha Atma Bhava. Along with the earlier five things. Pratibimba, then Samsarika, then Dharmadi Apeksha, so to the Chakshuradi Indriya Apeksha, as well as Paryayana. So 5 plus 3, 8 or 9 are the limitations are there in our Vyavaharika Sukha. अभी कभी सोचा ही नहीं हम इसके बारे में, इसलिए पता ही नहीं हमको. Now we are understanding. All these are not there in Brahma. Brahma is not Alpagna, he is Sarvagna. Brahma is not Alpavyapaka, he is Sarvavyapaka. Brahma is not Dehatma, he is a Sarvatma. And then other things which were said earlier. What is what? Dharmadi nimitta anapekshan. The Brahma need not to do dharma so that he will get an object or the phala and then he will enjoy. Dharma की जरूरत नहीं है. Then चक्षुरादि कर्ण निरपेक्षान. The आनंद of the Brahma के लिए you don't need the indriyas etc. चक्षुरादि जरूरत नहीं है. Then सर्वान कामान सह एव अश्नुते इत्यर्थः. That is the meaning of saha. He is enjoying all the kama. As we said, in short, for the Jiva Bhava to exist, for the Upadhis to exist, for the Indriyas to exist, for the Vastus to exist, the substratum is Parabrahman. Therefore, from the Parabrahma only all the Ananda is coming, but conditional. Now, directly when we contact Parabrahma, it is an unconditional, infinite Ananda. कंपैरेटिवली बताना है, कैलकुलेटिवली तो बताते हैं वो ऐसा है जो सारे वस्तुओं को एक ही बार भोग करने से जो आनंद होता है वो. That's the meaning of सर्वान कामान सह अश्नुते. कंपैरिजन के लिए बताया. You are enjoying so many objects one by one with so many conditionings. All the joy when you enjoy at a time without any of the conditionings, how much would it be? That's what is Brahmananda. And without these problems, चक्षुरादि करण की जरूरत नहीं है, धर्मादि अपेक्षा की जरूरत नहीं है, and it's not samsarika, and it's not अल्पज्ञ, अल्पात्मा and देहात्मा, अल्पव्यापक and देहात्मा. सर्वज्ञ, सर्वात्मा, सर्वव्यापक, आत्मस्वरूप, इंद्रियादि, चक्षुरादि इंद्रिय निरपेक्ष, धर्मादि निरपेक्ष, and saha at one go. Now see, this new information which is given to us is worthy of repeatedly contemplating. Only then our desire to discover the Brahman starts happening, growing. Then only we will be able to getting out of all these Vishya Sukha. Vishya Sukha is a mixture. थोड़ा सुख, कभी खुशी, कभी गम, कभी खुशी, कभी गम. गलत करने से भी गम होते हैं और खुशियां खत्म होकर भी गम होता है. बिकॉज खुशियां तो खत्म होंगे वर्ल्ड का. There's nothing but the absence is like now 3 days holidays. They are enjoying it, but again there is a dukkha. There's no particular reason for the dukkha. But then holidays are over, therefore they become miserable. That like you people also. When the classes get over, you become miserable. I don't want to make you. Therefore I go on taking classes. Only for your sake, not for me. आपके खुशी के वास्ते मैं कर रहा हूँ. This is how I imagine myself. And come regularly to the class. Whether it is Sankranti, Lodi, or jo bhi ho. Oh yeah. Now, what is the meaning of Brahmana Vipaschita? Is so simple. Ki Vipaschita Medhavina Sarvagnena. Tadhi Vipaschityam Yata Sarvagnatvam Tena Sarvagna Swarupena Brahmana Ashrute iti. Iti Shabda Mantra Parisamaptyartha. Here the Vipaschita means what? Fully conscious. No, is another quality in Brahma. Because the nature of Brahman is consciousness. In other sukhas, you have to apply your intellect with awareness. नहीं तो the sukh का value diminish हो जाएगा. Is it not? Like you are watching TV and eating pakode. TV में engross हो गया तो such a tasty pakode also you don't know. You eat it, then she will ask कैसे थे? अच्छा पता नहीं मैं तो खा लिया और एक प्लेट ले आओ. एक प्लेट लाके ले देगी. पूरे खत्म हो गए. And happens to us also. झूठ तो बोल ही लेंगे, हमेशा की तरह अच्छा ही है, मतलब हमेशा का वैसा ही है, लेकिन मुझे हमेशा अच्छा बोलना पड़ता है, बोल रहा हूँ. You're not attending. And if you are eating the pakoda consciously, then you miss the TV scene or dialogue. सर्वज्ञता नहीं होगा ना, you are not always conscious. Therefore, saha brahmana vipaschita means it is a not a, because why vipaschita has to be brought? Because that type of ananda which is described, it will come in the nidra also. But nidra is not a conscious bliss. Therefore, vipaschita word is added to say that all that is consciously experienced, not unconsciously like in the nidra. Now the explanation is done. You discuss about it. Two main topics are what? The limitations in the Jiva's Sukha are explained. All of them are not in the Brahman. All of the limitations are not there in Brahman. Second is what? Even though we are getting Sukha through Indriyadi, for all of the substratum, the Atma is Brahman only. Therefore, the Sukha is coming from the Brahman only. Now, the unconditional Brahma Sukha is how great it is, one has to think about. Matlab, becoming or discovering our Brahma Swarupa Sukha is what? Simultaneously, you are Brahma, you are Indra, you are Varuna, you are Vayu, you are Prime Minister of one country, you are President of other country. ये सब में जो सुख है वो सब ब्रह्म सुख में होता है. Why? Because all of them are having Brahman substratum. Because of that Brahma Tattva only they are existing and they are happy. Clear? Very interesting it is. Think about it. Now, with this, Brahmana Vipaschiteti is over. Now, Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. Then from that Brahman only, now for explanation of this world which we are seeing, and from here to go back to the Brahman, the creation is explained. Tasmad Vaya Tasmad Atmana Akasha Sambhava. For that, two most profound, beautiful bhashyas are given by Bhashyakara as avatarika, which are very essential. That we are going to study tomorrow. From the homework you have to do, we have seen the meaning through the Bhashyam. My job is done. So let us take time and contemplate and understand it. Thank you. Om, 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarashibhyo Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Namaha Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you friends for your wonderful attention. Happy Sankranti. Just 20 minutes let us spend for our darshanam also, yoga darshanam. Very important sutras, sadhana aspects, and very good commentary by Vyasa Bhagavan. Try to attend in a minute's time.